Hi all, it's Barb coming to you from my craft studio. I'm here to talk to you about the 2017 Get Organized Challenge put on by Totally Tiffany. Week 7 airs live March 21st at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific time on live stream. Week 7 is on Momentos, your memorabilia, holding album, journaling notes. The goals for this challenge is to make it easier to find your journaling notes and memorabilia, to add journaling and memorabilia notes to your digital photos, and to learn to create a holding album for maximum efficiency. She recommends creating one holding album for your next or current project. She always refers to as scrapbooking, but it can be any type of crafting. If you don't scrapbook, it can be whatever you're going to work on next in your crafting. I happen to put my photos and memorabilia into one place. I created holding albums of all the photos I have left, which means I have 4 holding albums right now. But eventually what I want to do is dedicate those to different things, so that I'll have like one for scrapbooking, one for card making, maybe one for wreath making, and another one for whatever other project I currently have going. The homework, she talks about the benefits of using a holding album. It's ease of access to your supplies, no duplication of handling materials, easy to go to a crop or scrap at home, because if you have most of what you need right in that album as far as photos and mementos, that holding album, if you go to a crop, you can just pack that in, and then you kind of also can tell, or you could even add supplies to that holding album, that especially if you bought them specifically for those photos. So it's good for using when you're shopping for coordinating products, and you don't have to rely on your memory for multiple albums with similar layouts. She talks about setting it up if you craft for multiple albums. Like when my kids were younger, I did one for me and one for each of the kids of certain pages, though they did kind of vary a little bit, but that's what she means by multiple albums. The week 7 homework is to sort your memorabilia into your filing or storage system. For me, like I said, my photos and memorabilia are in the same place because I scrapbook them. Not everybody scrapbooks their memorabilia, but my scrapbooking is more memorabilia than it is photos, because I'm bad about taking photos. Label your memorabilia with the location of coordinating pictures and journaling notes if you store them separately. Create an online journal on your desktop so you can easily add to it. If you use a smartphone, include the journal in your sync system so that you can add notes using your phone. That way both the same on your computer and your phone. Start a holding album for your next or current scrapping project. Sort another container of embellishments if you have them to do, and sort 4 more inches of paper. Most people, their first time through the challenge, don't finish these things. But like if you were finished with either your embellishments or your paper, you could also do some of your stamps or embossing folders or whatever you haven't finished. Most people don't finish any of these things in one go through the challenge. You just don't. It's limited time. Let's face it, the challenge is 8 weeks long. You've probably been collecting scrapbook supplies for more than 8 weeks, so it's going to take you longer than 8 weeks to get it organized. Post your progress report either in the Facebook group or by sending an email to Totally Tiffany, and you can find that email on her webpage. When you complete this challenge, celebrate with reward number 7. Then she has products shown here that may help with this week's challenge. She has her Spinder binder, which you could set up as a holding album if you wanted. You could use any type of binder type system. These are just some ideals to kind of get your brain thinking about what could work. And of course, when she's presenting it, she uses her products, but like I've said before, she doesn't have a push to sell those products. Obviously, since she creates them, she uses them. But, scrapbook pages, scrapbook dividers, fab files. She shows the 8.5 by 11 size here. She has a lot of those. I'm thinking about getting some of these in maybe the 4 by 6, and then a larger one for my larger photos, and keep my photos that I keep, but I don't scrapbook them. And for me, that's normally duplicate photos, because I don't like to get rid of that. I have every now and then. My daughter said when she's scrapbooking, which she's way behind, she scrapbooks, but she doesn't do it a whole lot. She'll say, do you have photos, extra photos from, you know, whatever event? And I can say, oh yeah, and I can go grab them out of my, because I do have them sorted by year, so I can go grab them and give her the duplicates. So I have used some of them. Card savers, which is something she sells as well. The Memento Keeper, which is what I use for my holding albums. I like those because they accommodate 12 by 12, so I can put, if I have paper specific to that project that I know, oh, I bought this paper with piñatas on it for our Memorial Day gathering, where my sister always has a piñata to break for the kids. I could just file that right into with the pictures. And then shut your flap tabs, which those are very similar to the index tabs that I've bought that I think are made by Post-it. I'm not positive. I could be wrong. It could be Avery. But anyways, you know, that type of thing. Using them for labeling or holding the flap shut on your totally different thing. There's 1 week left of the challenge after this. Week 8 will be on preparing for a crop, which I've never been to a crop, but I'm thinking I might do. I have a tote that I could use that if I ever went, and I have, of course, Tiffany's suggested packing list. So I'm thinking about maybe packing that tote up as if I were going to a crop and doing a video showing that tote, but I haven't really decided for sure. I'm just thinking that might be it'd probably be a good experience for me if I ever do go to a crop to kind of see. I have brought that tote one time. I've used it one time for actually going outside the house. I use it here at home for extra storage, but I went to watch my sister's house for a few days. It was 2 or 3 days while they were getting new flooring installed. They didn't want to leave the workers there all by themselves, so she asked if I would come sit in the house while they put the floor in. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. She says, you can use my craft room and whatever's in there, which is the craft room down in the basement. So I brought some of my own supplies to craft. My husband calls it my craft room. Craft. And I bought some card making kits and things, and I used some of her punches and stamps while I was there. I actually punched out a bunch of different items using a few of her punches that I don't have that she had, but so it was kind of fun. But anyways, that's all I have. Like I said, there's 1 week left in the challenge. I hope that if you've taken part, you've enjoyed it, or if you haven't taken part but find it interesting, maybe you can join the challenge the next round. Normally she presents an 8-week challenge, takes like 6 weeks off, and then presents another 8-week challenge. So usually she starts 1 in January, 1 in May, and then 1 in either September or October. Usually it's September sometime, I think. That way she finishes up. She likes to finish up before we get into Thanksgiving. That way she knows people get really busy once Thanksgiving hits with holidays and all that. So that way the challenge is done before then. But I'll keep you posted on when the next one will begin in May. Maybe it's something you'd be interested in using to organize your craft room. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.